Okay, so I haven't heard back from the two emails of the graduate related department of the University of Waterloo. I heard some interesting things about the University of Waterloo on the weekend related to them sharing technology for quantum computers, and of course I was happy when they had accepted Palestinian twin sisters, and I mentioned that in my first contact with them. I only heard back from one guy after a little bit of persistence, multiple attempts, and of the four main supervisors I was approaching. And what happened there is finally he gave me the link. So too bad somebody I think is retired might be a good fit. And that person, I did write them. And but I also CC'd the other ones and said no responses yet, and the graduate department's emails, two different ones. And he said, yeah, he's retired. And but I don't know that anybody read anything like Julie's letter of reference, which really states the uniqueness and the urgent relevancy of the research I want to do in this field of public health sciences. So I think that university has a good reputation. But again, the concept of academics, especially when you reached a level of PhDs, shows signs of developmental disabilities, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to call the other three to say, did you at least get my email? And who can you refer me to? Because it's almost like they should list these supervisors by, okay, this one really looks for a manservant or a woman servant to do their research, and they'll assist you to have a PhD if you're not too argumentative or you don't point out their errors. These supervisors have the courage, the ethical integrity to actually take on new, real research, unorthodox candidates who are, already very comfortable living a life uncommon, which is required when there's so, ow, when there are so many systemic issues. Pardon me, there was a little bit of issue near my crotch there, of a feline nature. And so, yeah, when there's a lot of systemic issues, you need candidates like me, except that they don't, they list often the professors in not just Canadian post-secondary institutions, but pretty much all of them by elitist status, not by critical thinking or free thinking or, objectivity type status, or a proven competencies in that way. So, you get what you get, right? So I'm gonna call this lady now and see what happens with that, and hopefully I don't get re-circumcised because of a feline while this happens. And this lady here is, by the way, there was only four candidates that were accepting new candidates, and that look like they might be able to comprehend the concept of the norm, of entire communities or cultures. It is called a PhD in public health science, but are they systems thinkers? Where would they be able to actually grasp the interconnections and not focus on individual things, right? If they make these claims, like for example, diseases that are rare or that's not very loud.
If you know the name of the party you are calling,
I might just end up leaving messages, and maybe I'll do this video to call two of them.
transferring you to Sharon Kirkpatrick.
Nice smiley face picture.
The person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Oh, hi. Is this Dr. Kirkpatrick? This is Martin here. I've sent a few emails related to applying for the PhD in public health sciences, and I haven't heard back from you. I've only heard back from one of the four that I emailed. And I'm just wondering if you're still taking new research students for the PhD. My email would be under Outlook, and it is Martin as a first name, and period, and then Parisot, Pariseau. I would really love some kind of response soon, and if you're not able to read the attachments I sent or to take on new students at this time, then maybe also refer me to somebody else to see if I can try to make some sort of a positive contact with one of the supervisors before the deadline of application. Because for me, living a life uncommon, $150 to be thrown away when making so many efforts to try to reach supervisors is kind of not a risk that I'm willing to take. So I'm hoping that we can resolve this with the help of maybe even the graduate department before I finalize my application. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was a little bit over 2 minutes. Hopefully it wasn't too much for people to pay attention to. And if I get a response, either by voicemail or call when I'm close to my computer, I'll make a recording of the response to see if it was understood, at the PhD level.